Just imagine what it's like if one of your loved ones just disappears without a trace, living with just not knowing. Well, a young mum from Sussex who disappeared without a trace more than 5 years ago is featured as part of a new campaign on our trains to help find missing people. Passengers logging onto Wi-Fi on Thameslink, Southern and Gatwick Express services will see a 30-year-old Georgina Garsala from Worthing along with a different missing person each week. There'll be 40 sets of disappearing footprints on display at London Blackfriars Station to represent the number of people who could go missing in just a single rush hour or daily commute. In a moment, we'll talk to Georgina's mum, but first let's talk to Paul Joseph, who's from the charity Missing People, which has partnered with Govia Thameslink on this latest campaign. Paul, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it's unimaginable, isn't it, what people must go through if their loved one just vanishes.
Yeah, it's everyone's worst nightmare, isn't it? And the sort of panic, everything you go through, and then to be at a point, um, even after so long, where someone still doesn't know where their loved one is, it's a very difficult thing to live with.
And hopefully this campaign could make a difference. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so the thing about the campaign is it's all when people log onto the Wi-Fi on their phones, they will see appeals that are within the region the trains are. So really good opportunity to see cases. And even some of the cases that are longer term cases, like Georgina, where despite various efforts that there isn't information to know where they are or what's happened to them. And members of the public are really vital in that. And so just look at the appeal. You never know what might trigger a memory or a little bit of information from 5 years ago, from a couple of years ago with another missing case. All that sort of stuff can really help. So yeah, it's really good for the public to engage with those. And also, we want to remind people that helpline is here 7 days a week on 116 000 for anybody who is worried about a loved one, but also anyone who is having a really tough time and thinks they might need to leave home, run away, or might need to be already be away from home and just need to talk through their options. And we're free and confidential. So it's a really good partnership to have to be able to reach out to the public in this way.
And what staggers me is how many people go missing and the different circumstances. So the
Mm.
tendency would be you'd think it might be a teenager who's fallen out with their parents, but there are many, many different circumstances in which people disappear.
Yeah, I mean it's really, isn't it? It's kind of about what is going on in someone's life that might get too much that they feel they need to get away from that situation or don't have an option to do that. So it can be lots of different things. So it's really important that and when someone is missing, that it's able to be looked at and as quickly as possible. The police look into it and try and find them. Because of course, while someone is missing, they are at higher risk of coming to harm. The people have a high risk of dying while missing. So it's really important that we do what we can to find people as quickly as possible. Obviously, give them the support they need to get out of any dangerous situations they're in, the support to um, help them cope with whatever's going on in their life that's made them think it's all too much.
We live in a world of CCTV, of being able to be tracked by
Mm.
our phones. Has that improved the situation so that people are easier to track down more quickly than if someone went missing years ago?
Definitely, technology has helped in many ways, and of course, things like CCTV footage can be really helpful, both in kind of tracking someone's whereabouts and also to show to the public to kind of remind someone what someone looked like at a particular time. But of course, the less that's known about someone's last movements, it can be hard to pin down that particular moment to kind of start that trail of piecing things together. But yeah, I think it's reasonable to say it's surprising how many people still go missing despite those sort of technologies.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on.